Hi folks, this is Abby with Amelia James by Abby. Over the past week or so, I've been leading an organization workshop to help us set ourselves up for success here at the beginning of 2018. First, we tackled our closets, and now we're finishing up our dressers. We've already sorted through the clothes in our dressers, deciding what sparks joy and what does not. Now it's time to put the remaining items back, and I want to show you a way of folding items that is probably new to you. Most of us have always put items into vertical stacks inside our drawers, which works usually. However, have you ever made a huge mess of a drawer when you pulled out your favorite t-shirt from the bottom of that gigantic stack? Or maybe you pulled half the stuff out of another drawer while you were looking for that one particular pair of shorts. So the solution to all these problems is creating horizontal stacks, or rows really, rather than vertical stacks. This allows you to see the entire contents of a drawer in one single glance, and it allows you to fit more in a drawer, and in my experience, it allows your clothes to stay more wrinkle-free. So when we first started this workshop, I talked about how I'd been greatly inspired by the teachings of Marie Kondo in her book, The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up. She has a whole section on folding clothes and even goes so far as to neatly fold pairs of socks instead of wrapping them inside of each other. But like most things in life, I took what works for me from those lessons and have found a happy medium between her way and the way I grew up with when it comes to folding. So I keep my drawers and my boys' drawers organized like this. Here is one of my drawers. I hold my t-shirts, my tank tops, and my leggings. You can see everything in the drawer at one glance, so there is no digging. I also like to use everyday items as drawer dividers instead of buying expensive ones. So in this drawer, I used an old CD box from IKEA we had laying around. I put it in the middle, which made not only a great place for my tanks, but separated the space for my leggings and my t-shirts. Alright, so let's get started, and I'll show you a few basic demonstrations on how I fold my things. The goal is to get all of the items in a small rectangle that can stand on its own. You want all like items to be as close to the same size as possible so they fit together in their designated spot. If you noticed, each item in the drawer I showed you was folded a bit differently. I'll start with a pair of leggings, always leggings. So fold them in half so the legs line up. Next, fold the crotch part in so the leggings make a perfectish rectangle. From there, I folded them in half. After that, I folded the bottom half up a third of the way, and then the top half down. So essentially, I folded them in half and then in thirds, which leaves me with a nice rectangle. You can see here they all folded up to the same size and fit well within their designated spot. Next up is t-shirts. Old habits die hard, and I was having trouble figuring out how to quickly fold t-shirts into small rectangles. So I decided to stick with my old way of folding them with two super quick steps added at the end. So first, lay it out flat. Fold both the arms back towards the center of the shirt. Fold the bottom up towards the top in thirds. So the front will basically look like this. Then I fold it in half again so it looks a bit like a hot dog, and then I flip it over and fold it in half again. You could do it with the collar side sticking up, but I like it this way because you can tell which shirt it is if you have multiple of the same color. And then these, of course, stack perfectly in their spot. Here is a picture of my pajama drawer. Again, I used what I had around the house and recycled some shoe boxes that we had kept around. So I keep my tops in one and my bottoms in the other. And in the middle is where I like to put the pajamas that are currently in use, since I usually wear them for a night or two. And that way I don't have to have them like up next to my clean pajamas. So I mentioned I also use this folding method with my boys, so I wanted to show you how easy it is for little kids stuff. Here is a pair of Baby Anderson's pants, and I don't bother with the crotch on the boys' pants, although I guess you could. So I fold the bottom third up and then the top third down, and voila. That's it. So here is Anderson's drawer. Again, you can see we used an empty shoebox to create 3 sections. And here's Jonah's drawer. For some reason, he doesn't get a divider, but it really does stay pretty neat. I love that I can tell him to go put his clean pants away in the row with his other pants, and he can do it almost perfectly most of the time. So that's it for this video. I know it can seem silly to change something that's so ingrained as how you fold your laundry, but this system has worked really well for me, and I encourage you to give it a shot. Once you find your sweet spot for how things need to be folded to fit your needs, it doesn't take long for muscle memory to kick in, and soon it won't take a second thought for you to do it a new way. Thank you so much for joining me for this video, and I'll be talking to you soon.